I'm well aware that there's little whispers of a Nintendo Switch 2 Direct happening, or devs are having some games that are prepped, but obviously they can't announce it because there's no Direct or something like that. Nintendo just doesn't want them to reveal it yet, probably for a Direct. How many times have I said that? I don't know. But in this video, I really just want to talk about games that I would like to see when it comes to third-party games. Now, these are not rumors or anything. These are just purely my speculation, but also just things I want to see, like predictions and stuff like that, and just overall things, just generally what I want to see, you know. So let's not waste any more time and actually get straight into the list. I have a few games. I realized that it technically was split into probably 2 videos, but I don't know how well this one will do. So if you guys do want to see a second video of this, then let me know in the comment section below, and also hit that like button, so that's another way to tell whether you guys want it. And also, I guess, just generally watch the video, so it helps out in general. But anyway, let's not waste any more time. Starting off is the Tomb Raider trilogy, and this is the one that I'm thinking of more like Square Enix, when Square Enix used to have it. Obviously, you know, the ones that's really popular for a certain kind of content online, which I'm not going to go over. You may get the hint. I may play a clip so you get it, but I won't go anything further than that. But I generally want to play these games because they actually look really fun, and their set pieces are kind of cool, and overall it's just a gorgeous game. Like, I really wanted to play this, and I know obviously with these ports there would most likely be some visual cutbacks and stuff like that, and I already know. And yeah, I kind of expect that, obviously, because these games, especially Shadow of the Tomb Raider, is very graphically demanding. I want to say it's like kind of like Arkham Knight when it comes to like how that game was. It's very graphically demanding, and it looks pretty much like a PS5 game. So yeah, I think maybe there will be a little bit of cutbacks, but I still would like, obviously, all these games to at least be 1080p and 60 FPS. Especially some of these games, because they demand 60 FPS. And you know, it's kind of a standard at least to have something like that in this modern day of gaming. We cannot have anything below that. But anyway, moving on to my next game, which actually involves you having really good frame rate, or at least, again, steady 60, is Tekken 8. Now this game is quite maybe more demanding of a game because of its visual qualities, the little clashes and stuff like that, the impacts and all the effects pretty much of this game, and how the game just looks in general is quite demanding. But it is a very cool and looking kind of fun fighting game. I have played a little bit of it, I just remembered. So yeah, honestly, when I played a little bit of it, it was actually quite fun. Obviously I wasn't the greatest at it because I don't play Tekken that consistently, and especially Tekken 8, which is quite different from the older games where it's more defense. So yeah, honestly, I would like to see that a port of that make its way somehow to the system. But hey, we might not. It's all up in the air. The next one I really want to see as well is Fatal Fury Save the Wolves. This game is honestly one that could definitely make its way. I don't think it would be a hard thing to ask this game come onto the Switch, to at least, because obviously it's just generally not that demanding. Like, visually it looks awesome, it looks stunning, and it would look really good with the colors of the system and how it works and all that stuff. So I think there's a real strong possibility, and I think SNK would like another boost of, you know, players and stuff like that playing the game. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this can actually help Save the Wolves, because they kind of need it in the sense of like financials and also just more players to play the game. So hopefully, pray and hope that it does make its way at some point on the system, because it would be nice. Another one is obviously, which is a big set of games. Well, I say set of games, it's more so ones that I feel like should have been on the Switch one, and it should have been at least a native port, whether it hit 30 or 60, at least 30, because obviously at the time Switch 1 couldn't really handle these. Well, at least one of the games, which is Kingdom Hearts 3, and by that point you already know which games I'm talking about, which is the Kingdom Hearts games. These were cloud ports, which are disgusting. Yes, disgusting things. I hate cloud ports so much, and I feel like that's just the worst kind of things you can do and deliver to someone. It's like, honestly, it's like getting shoes, I don't know, for a Christmas present. Okay, maybe not like that level, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, it's just terrible, horrendous. And the fact that they didn't even just cut it down to maybe like 30 FPS, 1080p or something like that, or 900p, it's just really jarring how they didn't do that for the Switch 1. But now there's no excuse, because the Switch 2 can definitely capable of running Kingdom Hearts 3 and all the ones below. So I hope Square Enix actually takes the time to actually deliver us a native good port of these games. And speaking of Square Enix, another game I would like to see is Nier Replicant. I feel like this game gets really under the radar because of Nier Automata, but I feel like it would also be cool to have it on another handheld other than just a Steam Deck. And I feel like, again, maybe you can get like a special edition or something like that on the Switch 2, like they did with the End of Yoha edition. But who knows, that is completely up in the air. Maybe some optional costumes is most likely the thing they'll do the most, and really nothing else, I would say. I don't think you really need that much stuff, but again, would be awesome. Another JRPG or RPG of sorts, well, this one is a JRPG, is Nier, well, I was about to say Nier again, but Persona 3 Reload. I feel like Sega should have actually dumped this game instantly as a release title for the Switch 2. I find it really strange that they didn't even bother doing this, but it could be because of the Persona 4 remake. But still, I would have had this game cooked, considering how much they was really focused on putting it on the end of the Switch's life when it comes to, you know, like Persona 3, 4. I was gonna say 2, but that'll be very strange, and I'll be honest, I'll give them props for that. But no, obviously just generally the Persona games and Persona 5, obviously, and Persona 5 Strikers and all that stuff. I think Persona I don't know how to say this game, Tactica or something like that. So that's another one that obviously they added. So I don't understand why they didn't add Persona 3 Reload, and I feel like the Switch is definitely, again, capable of handling this sort of game, and at least good enough frame rate, like 60, 1080p resolution wise and all that stuff. So hopefully you get it, fingers crossed. Now this is a really strange one, and I don't understand why I actually added it to the list, but I think it's just generally a really good game, and overall I think it can definitely run really well on this console, and that is Dead Rising Deluxe Remaster. Of all games, I think no one was expecting this to be on my list, because it's just such a strange game in general, and it's a very funny one indeed, but it's just, no one was probably expecting Dead Rising to be on the list, and potentially be the second to last one I add on the list. But I feel like this game would be awesome to have on the go, and just play in general. You know, just sitting down, just chilling, maybe in your room or on the go on a plane. It would be a generally good game to have. I feel like you can, you know, pump this game out really quickly and all that stuff. And, you know, again, I feel like it would be a weird thing not to add on the system. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's not the right game to add, but it's still a good game to add nevertheless. Anyway, the last game I wanted to add on this list, which is Monster Hunter. Mainly Monster Hunter Wilds, Monster Hunter Rise, and like for those two, it's really just Monster Hunter World actually being ported over the system. I feel like that's a good game. Regardless, it should be added on the system, just to even like get new players onto that game. I feel like it's still played today, and it has some really great expansions, I've heard. I haven't played it for myself, so I can't say because I do not have the hardware for it. But Monster Hunter Rise, for that game, that could literally get a graphics boost, like 4K, 60 FPS and all that stuff above, improved textures, all that sort of things like it. And generally just, I don't know, maybe some extra costumes or something, I don't know. But that's just, yeah. I also would like to dare say this one, but the likelihood is just very little, and that is Monster Hunter Wilds. This game is very much a struggle for PS5 and Xbox Series X, so I'm not expecting or holding my breath that this game will definitely hit its way very soon, maybe later on in its life, but at least maybe it might come, heck, even maybe on the Switch 2 Pro. I'm not denying that Switch 2 isn't strong enough to handle it, but I'm just saying, considering the actual system and the specs, I don't know if this game could run nearly as well. I would be shocked if they could at least get it at 1080p 60, but that's completely up in the air. Now these were just my few little list of games. I still got a lot more and I might make another video, but if you did enjoy this little list of mine, then make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, that way you get my videos first and you'll be notified of anything new on the Voidish channel. Without further ado, peace out guys, and I hope you have a lovely day, and in the comment section below let me know what you want to see on the Switch 2, third party games or first party games. I'd be very curious to see. Without further ado, signing out.